Aloha, friends and family, and welcome back to the channel. If the knowledge that we receive remains thoughts and ideas and opinions in our brains, it's not going to do us much good. We literally have to apply the knowledge. If the chakras in your body are simply ideas in your mind, you're not truly going to activate them. Because they're just ideas in your mind still. They're not realities in your reality. When they become realities in your reality, you will become familiar with them, and you will become familiar with the process of how the Creator sends different frequencies and modulations of frequencies into our etheric bodies through our chakra system to provide us with cosmic data. And with this cosmic data comes cosmic power. Again, we're talking about energies. Power is energy. Electricity is power. One example of a frequency and an energy and a vibration. So if you readily understand electricity as a power, and depending on how it's modulated and used, it can do great, wonderful things, and it could also burn the place down. Okay, your chakras, our chakras in our bodies are connected, or should be connected. Activated is the best word to use. If they're dormant, if they're just sitting there, if they're just ideas in our minds, they're not going to be activated. We have to go beyond the mind to where everything is just an idea or a concept for us to draw our opinion about, state our opinion, and then move on in the illusion. We have to stop doing that. The cosmic laws have no regard to our opinions. They work, and they work every time, and they work always, eternally. We are the ones that have to transform by coming into agreement with how the great Creator has set this all up. Pardon me, that's my water bottle. Many people are finding themselves stuck in the middle of their co-creation. For if it be true that we create our own realities through the mind, through the consciousness, through the choices, and it is true, then every person finds themselves right in the middle of their co-creation. And as this awakening process intensifies, speeds up, and unfolds, you're going to become and or feel more stuck right where you're at, right where you are. Now again, let's keep in mind here, we're talking about a spectrum of people, all the way from NPCs and total sleep, all the way to co-creators in full consciousness and everything in between. So when I say stuck, you can see where it would apply and where it would not. But people are finding themselves and going to find themselves more and more stuck in the middle of their co-creations. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? What does this mean? And if you're waking up late in the game and you're finding yourself stuck, you're feeling yourself to be stuck, you're feeling as though there are less and less options, choices, possibilities, this is the perfect place to awaken. This is the perfect place to come to that realization that yes, you are indeed stuck right there in the middle of your co-creation, because everything that you chose and everything that you did got you to right where you're at. And so if you're not happy about that, if you're, again, feeling stuck, feeling like there's not too many choices, feeling like there's less and less choices available as this goes forward, that's the perfect place to awaken, and many people are finding themselves there and are going to find themselves there as this moves forward. So it's actually a very good thing in the sense that it gives people a clear opening to awakening. Because again, if all of this stuff just remains data in the brain, concepts in the mind, it's not going to be implemented. We're not going to activate those chakras and connect to those frequencies and become a node for this in-streaming energy, frequency, and vibration that emanates from the great creator through all these different channels, one of the main ones being the sun. All right, and when we're functioning, when we're activated, we are a node for this cosmic energy. And it comes through our bodies, comes through our beings, and then resonates out into this earth, into the new grids that are being created, which reach backwards and forwards into time as we know it, and have the ability to change things across the board. And we each individually have access to this power, have access to this ability, And imagine if a whole bunch of us are doing this, and we're sending these tendrils out into the future and into the past to change and alter everything, so that when we find ourselves right here, smack dab in the middle of our co-creation, we're happy with it. We're at peace with it. We're in agreement with it. We are now in a place far away from the clown show. We are far outside the matrix. We are flying high above all of the chaos and confusion. And we are watching ourselves, as it were, take this energy, take this frequency, take this knowledge from the Creator and infuse it into Earth as we transmute it, as it runs through our etheric and physical bodies. This is not fairy tale. This is not wishful thinking. This is multi-dimensionality and the possibility of creating the perfect world for you yourself to walk through this life. Unaffected by the clown show. Because you realize those are co-creations between humans that are at very low consciousness levels. One side playing the part of the designer, the other side playing the part of the sheeple. And the designers will design the false reality for the sheeple, and the sheeple will be in agreement with it and respond accordingly. Okay, we must ascend to the heights of fifth density, where completely different worlds appear. And believe me, I know the struggle to know what I'm saying right now is the truth and is in agreement with the cosmic law. Yet we look out there into this world. Again, it's not what it seems when we look out there into this world, because again, we're seeing all these different worlds, all in the same place, seemingly, all in the same time, seemingly. And we think it's all so fixed, it's all so rigged, it's all so captured. And that is the greater reality. That is not the greater reality. And as long as we continue to believe that it is, it will manifest that way to us. Everything that holds us back, everything keeping us away from this power, everything stopping the world that you want from manifesting is in your own mind. That's where the blockages are. And again, mainly because we never move outside of it. We never escape the grasp that the mind has on us via our beliefs, wrong assumptions. And boy, do I harp on this one, the narratives. We've been buying in to the global narratives for multiple lifetimes. It's built into us now. It's become a part of us now. We have to break that by recognizing it. We have to rewire our own minds so that it is able to think outside the narratives and outside all the many limitations that they offered us. Because we always need a leader. We always need some laws written on paper. We always need some religious dogma to keep our thinking within certain confinements and boundaries. We came into agreement with all of that crap. And it's not all crap, but you know what I mean when I say crap. It's crap if it's holding you back. It's crap if it's keeping you disempowered and keeping you from manifesting the reality that you are happy with, that you are excited about, that you feel great about. Oh, and there's a baby deer right there coming across the road. How cute. Get out of the road, little buddy, please. He's running right down our street. Oh, and he's so small. All right, give me a second. I'm going to send mental vibrations to this deer to please get out of the road because he will get hit. Telepathy. Again, do you believe it or is it just some concept in your mind? Can you really? It's not can you really, it's do you recognize that you do? All of the many thoughts that hit our brains within a freaking 5-minute time span, where do you think that's all coming from? It's streaming from human beings and it's radiating across the whole landscape. And so we have all these ideas hitting our brains, and I guess we're prone to think, oh, those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Most of those are not your thoughts. Probably none of them are your thoughts because, again, your thoughts are not really your thoughts until they're your thoughts. And you're not making or creating any thoughts if you're merely running on old programming that's proved now to be faulty and keeps you disempowered and keeps you cycling in the same old cycles, keeps these same things coming up time and time and time again. In this lifetime, and if we want to extrapolate out, of course, it probably applies to many other lifetimes before this one. Let us truly awaken. See, I think the first phase of awakening for people, when an NPC goes from an NPC to awakened, he thinks he's awakened because his mind has now opened to the possibility that there's all this other stuff that it was unaware of. And so now, simply being in agreement with that possibility, they say, I am awakened. No, you're not awakened. You've simply moved into your mind in a way where you're now ready to create an actual thought. See, a thought, an actual thought, a real thought, created by an awakened co-creator is a powerful thing, and it becomes things. See, all of the thoughts become the things, for better or for worse, powerful or not. So we must move beyond the mind. And the first place to start, really, wouldn't it be the heart? And are we not back to the chakras? Are we not back to this concept that is either being made real for real within ourselves by doing the work, by getting the familiarity, by going within, by experimenting even, because there's no manual for this, right? There's no book that lays it all out for you and makes it clear and concise, which is a good thing probably, right? Because then you discover it yourself, and once you find something yourself, you will never let it go. Once you find the creator, you will never let it go. But if you're merely only told that the creator is this, the creator is that, the creator is the deity of this book, and this other creator is the deity of this book. Once you're awakened, you easily see how, of course, that was all laid out like that to manipulate me, to make me go into deactivated mode. I don't need to discover the creator. It's all right here in this book. I simply read the lines and I say I agree with that, and it's a done deal. That's not how reality works. That's how the illusion works, again, to keep us disempowered, to keep us from actually... My jig is slipping a little bit. To keep us from actually becoming manifestors of worlds. It's taken me time to grasp that concept of worlds, plural. What it really means, what we're really saying when we say co-creators of reality, our reality. Isn't it your world? I mean, couldn't you say that, well, your reality is your world? So when we think of world, we need not think of Earth. We're not saying necessarily, even though multidimensional Earth is a thing. Again, all of these probabilities and possibilities need a stage in which to play out upon. That's what the Earth is. See, it's the place where all of your co-creative thoughts gather all of these elements that are out there, outside of us, and these energies, frequencies, and vibrations pull all of the elements that you've chosen. It's like the colors of your painting. You chose the colors. You picked the colors. And you designed the painting. Okay, that is your reality. And that reality extends out, and we may as well say your world, right? And so if all of the elements that are out there come together and conform to your thoughts, your ability to create, then there would be a different Earth if we were to stop time and go to every single human and look at the Earth through their eyes. We would see that, oh wow, that's a different Earth than the Earth that Sally has or John has. But they're sharing this collective space, the three-dimensional space we call Earth. They're sharing that. So they're sharing the colors in the palette. They're sharing in the fact that they paint their pictures upon canvases. So it is both collective and individual simultaneously. And we, as not very awakened humans, look out there in the greater world, and again, we're seeing mainly a world created by masters and slaves. And so don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, that whole greater world out there is a master-slave world, and that's the world. No, that's that world that they're creating. That's the world they want to create. Apparently, because they're doing it, right? But that's not the world you and I want to co-create. And that's not the world that we see when we look out there. Become so confident in your world that nothing can dissuade you from believing it to be just as real as that master-slave world. Take these concepts beyond your mind and activate them and implement them into your reality. And you will see, if you have not seen up till now, I don't know where you're at. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who's going to see this. But my heart and my desire is for the people in the awakening phase, because it's a very confusing phase to be in. It's a very tricky place to be. There's not very many places you can go to for agreement. See, they want to usher you into a religion or a faith, because there you can come into agreement with all these other people. And now you feel like you found it, it's a done deal, and you can go forward in the illusion, still asleep, but thinking that you're awake. And that's the most devastating place to be for humans, and so many of them are there. They think that they are awake, they are still absolutely asleep, because they do not implement these higher truths, these higher laws into their reality and transform their reality by doing that. It's all still concepts in their mind that they probably have strong opinions about. I am awake. I have a strong opinion about that. And if you're not awake in reality, you are stuck right there in the middle of your co-creation. Creators are not stuck anywhere. We leave you in the love, unity, and light of the infinite Creator in the middle of this great awakening that is proving to be challenging even for the most awakened.